Hello everyone. So today in this video we will see how we can publish our Outlook Web Access application, okay, through FIP IP APM over the internet, so that employees can access their emails from home or from anywhere on the internet securely. Okay. So before starting the config, let me explain what is FIP IP APM. So APM stands for Access Policy Manager. Okay. So it is a module in F5 which helps us to publish our internal applications through one secure portal. Okay. So before giving access to that portal or the applications, we can have client security checks. Okay. For example, we can check the client antivirus signatures are updated or the system is fully patched. Okay. Or also we can have two-factor authentication enabled. Okay. So these things we can achieve with FIP IP APM. Okay. So let us start with the config now. Okay. So for this lab, okay, I have got one simple company network, okay, which is secopstools.com, okay. So in this, I have got one active directory, okay, which is .21. I have already installed one exchange, okay, which is on 31, okay, and we have got one user PC, okay. He's already joined to the domain, okay, and we have got our FI APM here, okay. So this FI has got two interfaces. One is our inside to the network, and one is published over the internet, okay. So now, and we have got one remote PC, okay, so from where we will do all the testings. Okay, so let us start with the config. Okay, so this is our FI here. So presently I have not done any configuration in FI. Okay, so we will see from scratch how we can do the pools configuration or the virtual server configuration. Okay, then we will move to APM configuration. Okay, so let us do the pool configuration now. Let's create the pool. So I'll name it OVA pool. Okay, the monitor is TCP. The IP address is 192.168.1.31. Okay, the service is HTTPS. Okay, so because FI is in the same network of our exchange, so we got the pool available immediately. Okay, so now we'll create the virtual server. So we'll name it as vs dot dash ova dash apm. Okay, so now this vs is published on the internet, so we'll name it, the source IP will be any. Okay, the destination, now see, if you see here, our public network is 55.55.55.0/24. Okay, so we have got one in .200 for FI. Okay, one user PC is in .10, and we'll create the VS with this IP .100. Okay, let me close another. Okay, so we have 55.55.55.100. The service again HTTPS. So now we will be intersecting the OVA. Okay, so we need to mention the HTTP profile and the certificates. Okay, so for now I don't have any certificate services installed. Okay, so we'll use default client and server certificate. Okay, then we'll configure source address translation. Okay, we'll keep it to automap, and we need to mention the pool at last. So our pool. Okay, finished. So our VS is ready now. Okay, so let's access this VS IP. Okay, uh, from the test PC. Okay, or the remote PC. So let me go to remote PC. Okay, so this is our remote PC. Okay, so we will access that new VS we created. Okay, it's 55.55.55.100. Yeah, we got the certificate because our certificates are default. Okay, okay, so this is exchange 2010. Okay, so automatically he will not redirect to OVA, so we'll to write it OVA. Yeah, so we got the login page. So now our VS config is done. Okay, so we are able to access this VS from our test PC. Okay, or the remote PC. So we will do small I rule. Okay, because it is not redirecting to OVA automatically. Okay, so that whenever we access our public IP or the name domain name, it should automatically go to OVA. Okay, slash OVA, and we should see the login page. So let's create one rule. Okay, so we'll create the I rule now. Okay, so we'll name it OVA dash redirect So when HTTP request, okay, so when there is HTTP request, okay, if our URI, okay, HTTP colon URI equals slash, I guess this slash, okay, then to open again, okay, then we need to redirect to OA, okay, so HTTP colon redirect to redirect to what, slash OA, okay, slash OA slash, I guess that should work, okay, so let's test now, finish it, okay, what it is saying then, okay, I guess already one IROL is we created, okay, so let's name it over redirect one, okay, let's finish it. So we already got one old IROL here, okay, so let's apply this. So we need to apply to on the virtual server resources, okay, so manage, so the one we created is -1 finished, okay, so now we will test again, okay, so it should automatically go to slash over, okay, or we should see the login page. So let's go to our remote PC, let me open private window, so it's going to slash over, okay, so it is working fine now. So I'll add one more thing, okay, so rather than accessing through IP, we will add one host entry so that we can access this through our one domain, okay, so it will be, it looks good and it's a standard practice, okay, so let me open host file, so we'll name it as or we'll mention the IP first 100, so we'll name it as mail.secops.com, okay, save it. So let's access again, we'll get security volume again, okay, so it's went to slash one, okay, so we are seeing the login page again, okay, so we can access this through our new domain, okay, and it is redirecting, okay, so till now our configuration is working fine. Let me just log in once, so user is nil, okay, this is our internal user, yeah, so it's working fine, okay, so our config is working fine till now, okay, okay, now we will go for our APM config, okay, so let's go to access. So here we can create our access policy, okay, or the profile, okay, so before that, so we need to integrate this with our active directory, okay, our F5, so let's do that first. Go to authentication, active directory, okay, so create, so we'll name it as secops.ad, okay, so now the domain name is secopstools.com, okay, now we don't have any pool, so we'll give the direct IP, domain control is 1.21, okay, so I have already created one, we need one this service account, okay, to integrate our F5 with AD, so I have already created one account, okay, let's use that. Okay, I guess remaining things are default, finish it. Okay, so our AD integration is done, so Now we will test that our AD integration, okay, whether it is working fine or not. Okay, so I guess I have one command here already. So now, so the command is AD test, where the type is auth, okay, the realm is our secops.com, this is the domain name, okay, and we need to mention the user, okay. So and enter, he will ask the password, okay. So I'll enter the password. Okay, it failed. Let me check again. Okay, it's successful. So I guess the password was wrong first time. Okay, so now it's success. So our AD integration done. Okay, so now we will move to our APM config. Okay, so go to profiles. So create it. Okay, so name it as OVA APM. Okay, select. Okay, now we have multiple types here. Okay, so in general, okay, we use either we'll keep it to all or LTM APM. So what it is, okay, so whenever you create any portal, okay, when you generally it is used or taken as a all, okay. So what it is, okay, so when you log into the portal, you will see multiple application. You can host the multiple application inside that portal, okay. But for our config, okay, we don't have multiple applications, it's a single application. So we will use LTM, ATM, LPM, APM as a type, okay, and we will apply this type to virtual server. So whenever we access the portal, once successful authentication is done, we will redirect to the resource of that particular VS, okay, rather than going to the portal, okay, and seeing the other applications. So we have single application, so we are using this, okay. So I selected LTM APM, okay. So you can keep things at default, okay, the timeout and other things. If you want to modify, you can check it and modify accordingly, okay. So now we'll keep all default, select the language as English, okay, and finish it. Okay, so we have created the access profile, okay. So now we need to create the flow. I mean how the user will log in. We need to set the login page, then authentication, we need to integrate authentication on that page, okay, and then once successful, we will give access to the resource, okay. So you need to edit here, okay. So this is our access policy, okay. So now nothing is there, okay. So it start and deny, okay. So we need to add things here, okay. So we'll add it, the first thing we'll add as a login page, okay. So the login page. So for this login page, okay, so we are taking username and the password input from the user, okay. So if you have any additional thing like two-factor authentication, you can add that field here, okay, as a third field. So it will be password, okay, and then you can mention the token here, the name of that particular parameter, okay, and accordingly you can add that third parameter and you can play with that or the work with that, okay. So now we will keep it to username and password, which is default. The text message, this message will be shown to the user on the page, okay. So we will change it to something else like welcome to SecOps tools or access, okay, and save it. So that username and password will be stored in this particular parameter, username and password, okay. In our case, the username and the parameter is username and the value will be nil, okay, and his password. So now we need to add the authentication here. So go to authentication, select AD auth, okay, add. So once you add the AD auth, we need to select our AD that we created earlier, okay. So here you need to select our SecOps AD, okay. Remaining things you can keep it to default, okay, like how many maximum login attempts, okay, that you can set it here, okay, based on your policies, okay. So save it. So now once authentication is successful, we can give access to the user. Okay, now here we have two things. Okay, one is successful, one is fallback. So once successful, we can simply allow access to the resource of that particular virtual server. So now we will apply this access policy to virtual server. Okay, I'll show you that now. So this is our simple access policy. Okay, so we have login page. Okay, here then we have AD authentication, and once it is successful, he will allow the resource for that user. Okay, so apply it now. Here you can close it. Okay, so we have OVA APM here. Okay, now go to VS. Okay, we can come down here. Okay, so here we have access policy. Okay, access profile, so we can select OVA APM. Okay, and update it. Okay, so now we applied our APM profile, okay, to VS. Now let's do testing. So it is better, you always do testing whenever you do any change of configuration. Okay, so it is easy to troubleshoot later on. Okay, so we'll test this now through